excellent day for an exorcism.
Welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast.
I'm Ben, calling every Russian. I think they're coming!
I'm John. I work at Burger King and I got some problems with his bullshit.
I'm Cobra. It's funny that you both like really shitty movies.
Madam, if I may. Bon appetit, bitch.
This is a no swearing zone, I was told.
Yeah, you gotta put a quarter in the jar.
There's a swear jar.
Starting now.
All proceeds go to Just Another Horror Podcast.
You know who we forgot to mention? Roger Goodell.
Oh, yeah.
No question.
100% reptoid.
He might be the leader.
Him and Hillary Clinton might.
Have reptoid babies.
Ew.
Reptoid butt baby eggs.
Could you imagine what they do? They both poop them out.
You know, Roger Goodell goes in the back room and shits out eggs.
Oh, man. We can dream.
Can we be dream
Warriors?
children?
No. Well, maybe. I mean, this kid was 12.
How good
dream
would it have been
child.
if it was like the dream child and it was like the 38-year-old version of him? He's like overweight and he's got a beard. Mom, you gotta fight Freddy. He's using me for the.
This movie was terrible.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast. I'm John.
Cobra.
We're reviewing part 5 of A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I again didn't take notes.
Dream Child.
It's The Dream Child, directed by the director of such movies as Predator 2. And that's it, I think.
That's probably about it.
Yeah,
It's not
Stephen
good.
Hopkins. This movie was made so fast that the paint was still drying from the sets on part 4, and they reused them in part 5.
Is that a fact?
No, I don't think the paint was still
facetious.
drying.
Being facetious then.
Well, yeah, they have the same characters. Dan is back, Alice is back. Alice's drunk dad is back.
He's sober now.
He's important. Yeah, he's sober and hiding behind bleachers and shit. Did he kill Freddy? Was he one of the people that burned him?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't think so.
The last of the Elm Street children were in the other
Yeah, they're
movie.
dead. So what's happening here? Yeah, there's no
Mm.
explanation for this one. This
This
starts
movie
off
was
with
so bad.
some Blue Room 1980s sex, where you can't really
You
tell
don't
what
know
you're looking
what
at.
you're looking at. It was mostly a back and a belly button and some ribs. There was no nipple.
It just looked like somebody was having a slow motion seizure almost.
It's awful.
Very strange. And
It's
then
not good.
afterwards, Alice gets in the shower and it starts shitting shit through the drain.
Oh, and right there, you know, this movie's getting covered
This
in
should
diarrhea.
be fun, yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's gross. And then, after that, where's she go?
Well, it fills up with water, and you
And-
get like a body double
Yeah.
and like naked scenes, and then it closes in on her. It's like it might be an homage to Nancy in the bathtub, except we're more modernized now, so we're gonna do it in a shower.
I guess. And
It breaks and she falls.
into space, I think, and lands in a hallway. I don't know what's happening here.
And then it cuts. Oh, she falls into the sane asylum, and she's watching
All the insane people go after
Amanda
Freddy's
Krueger
mom.
gets. The guards are like, just count them. There's 100 of them. Because
Just
why?
say 100.
Just say 100 because why? She was raped by them. Weren't we told that at some point?
Yeah, raped by 100.
So make sure you
maniacs.
say not 58, not 99. Make sure it's 100. At least they stayed.
I'm gonna
true with
assume
that.
at least a couple of these maniacs are like, I'm not getting involved in this. This doesn't
All
look
of them.
fun at all.
No. No, it doesn't. Some people might like that. 100 men.
Well, I don't know.
Didn't that Houston 500? Didn't she have sex with like 500 men in a day?
Houston 500?
Yeah.
What the
she was
hell
a
is
porn
that?
star. Houston something.
And she had sex with 100 men in one day.
Like 500.
Would she just stand there?
I think they probably just went in and out of her once, maybe. I don't
Does
know.
that count as...
We'll have to do our research.
That counts as sex,
We'll
right?
have to Google that.
I don't want to Google that. I don't want to see that.
Well, not at work. You can't Google that. But
Well, I didn't say I was going to try and Google it at work.
that might get you in a little trouble.
No, it'll let let me get on.
We
Yeah,
got a
siren will
14
go off.
porn alert.
Red 14.
Red
porn
14 porn alert.
The computer's just like, stay where you are. The authorities are being contacted. What does happen here? Like, she gets raped by
100 maniacs,
Including-
one being Fred Krueger.
Yeah, he's there.
Why is Robert Englund in this scene?
and he really mugs it up for the camera,
like-
too. He's like, where you going? Come back.
And
So she gets raped, and then she's off to the hospital.
Dan's gone.
Where is Dan? You
Alice.
just have the word Alice written down.
Dan is
Your nose.
Dan has gone question mark and then Alice. Yep.
Yeah. Well, they go to
So
the
moving on.
they go to the hospital, I think, in this dream scene, right? Or does she wake up, go talk to all these people that we've never met before,
Yeah, now we're back at graduation,
Yes,
I think,
okay.
the next day.
and she's got new friends.
You look like a nun! Someone's got like a hat and they fold it down.
Who are these kids?
Why would they say that? Because Amanda Kruger.
Yeah,
Hey, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
that was last week.
Fuck. Well, you can insert that at the beginning of next week.
Sure, I'll go to
At
that
the
much
beginning of the
trouble.
next one. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, see, it would have made more sense to review this one today.
Because Amanda Kruger came into
There's a mom, and
And
there's
there's
like
a
two
mom.
moms. It's all about
There's
moms.
a big child, a futuristic child.
Yeah, an 8-year-old that was born straight out of the vagina at the age of 8.
It's real weird. What's that?
Oh,
Oh
God.
man! All right, what is it? Did she have sex with 500 people in one day?
She's gonna watch it and find out for
Yeah,
us.
let us know. We'll get back to you in 15 minutes.
Count and make sure she actually gets 500.
That's right. Make sure they're all legit.
Oh my God.
All right, the friends. We have
Greta's one.
Greta's the rich girl
Mhm.
whose mom wants her to do rich things. Yvonne is the black diving swimmer girl
Uh-huh.
who is in summer school and one of those other horror movies, I think.
Wonder if she's in Slaughter High somewhere or something.
One of those ones. I know she's in The Lost Boys, just in like the video store for like a second.
Okay.
But she's in
Who-
summer
What's the
school,
guy's
she really
name?
loves
I
summer
do
school.
not remember his name.
Mark.
He's the comic guy.
Yeah. He likes to draw. He's nerdy. He's a
Nerd.
nerd
What,
alert.
did you expect it to be attractive?
It couldn't be good. Is there semen everywhere?
What a mess. Listen to that music. It's real dramatic. This should be on, like, I don't know, it should be like a live primetime event. Can she get 500 men to have sex with her in one day?
I think she did.
Okay, so they're all friends. They're all graduating. We find out,
Alice and Dan are gonna spend their summer over in Paris.
yep,
No one's thrilled with it.
Dan's being recruited for football
Football.
somewhere.
Football.
Mark's dad he seems like a dickhead, but they never bring him back.
Mark's dad is never heard from again.
Yeah, he's like, oh, here, take a picture, and then he's gone forever. And they all get together and take a picture because we need them all to be friends.
You know why?
Why?
Because if you want to take my picture.
Not filter, come on!
Are they that bad?
Oh, alright, at least I have that one.
Alright, you can just plug that right in.
Yeah, that'll be easy for me. After
I didn't
that-
even have that plug in my notes. You just said that and it came to me.
Oh, there you go.
See, some of my plugs are spontaneous.
Is there any characters from just the 10 of us this week?
Nope. We are safe.
Oh, good. I can maybe get rid of that now. Does Alice go
Whatever
back
you
to
do.
sleep, or does she go into work and then she falls asleep on the way to the diner or something?
Well, Dan, she said that she had a nightmare of Fred, and he's like, if you don't dream him up, he can't hurt us, so stop it. And then,
Go take some Hypnocil.
the drunk dad is not drunk anymore.
True.
Every freaking one has a drunk dad.
I don't know. Greta doesn't have a drunk
Not
dad.
a drunk dad. No, I think there's a drunk person in every one of these.
Well, I mean, they all burned a guy to death. So,
So?
I'm pretty sure they're probably going to drink to forget about it.
I drink to celebrate, not forget about it.
Woo, we killed
They
him!
fucking ransacked it. He was a child murderer.
That's true.
Would you feel bad about killing this
I wouldn't feel
motherfucker?
bad, but I don't think I'd be like, woo!
I might.
Any reason to party.
That's right.
Alright, so does Alice now have the dream about the hospital? Everybody's at a pool party. There's a big pool
The
party.
dad shows up though. I have this.
Okay.
They talk about. He says he'll have her home by August, and her dad cuts him a look because he just learned about them taking a trip, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, you should have said I'll have him home by Tuesday night.
Wow.
Yeah.
And everyone in the audience would be like, what? Who?
They'd love it. They'd be like, oh, what a great callback.
Would they? I don't think the audience for this was very bright.
I can't imagine. Was there an audience for this?
No, I don't think so.
What did you find out? Are you still watching Houston over there?
We're reading about it.
Oh, did she have sex with 500 people in one day?
She did, and they went in.
A couple times.
This must have taken all day.
That might have been her fallopian tubes in this movie we saw.
It could be.
Or her vagina canal.
I don't know where we are in that scene.
That is, I have fallopian tubes read somewhere.
Okay, so they're all at a pool party. And
Are
Dan wore jeans to the pool party.
The pool party's way down there. I have a bunch of notes.
Well,
Jump roping kids never get old.
yes, they do.
Thank you. That's exactly what I have in my notes.
Okay.
Enough of it. It's not
Yeah,
scary.
It's not at all at this point. It's just gotten old. And the rhyme keeps changing.
Alice. It gets dark now, and Alice is like having a dream, but she's awake. This is the first time. It gets dark on the playground after the jump rope kids, and she sees Amanda Kruger. And she follows the Krug. They call her that.
The crew.
Before they raped her.
That's rude.
I know.
She didn't ask for a
They're
nickname.
Like, yeah, but they gave her one. Oh, it's rude. But Alice follows her to the church. There's a baby carriage that falls, and then Alice sees.
Let's go to kind of
Alice is on a gurney. And then all of a
Here
sudden.
we are. Now we're at the hospital.
Now we're at the hospital.
All right.
And before they do anything to Alice, she wakes up, and then Amanda Kruger's on the gurney.
Yep. Having a monster baby from It's Alive.
Yeah,
exactly
this
what it
little
looks
rat,
like.
big-headed.
Yeah. It's a creature of God. Let's kill it.
No, it's not.
It's a rat monster.
Put it on the ground and stomp it.
Yep. So
That's what you do to something like that.
it goes out the door and into the set from part 4, where all that stuff was left at the end, the church, and climbs into Freddy's costume and becomes Freddy with a weird hand.
Weird fingernail. Was it it looked like Nosferatu a little bit because they were all so long, and when he jumped off, his floppy feet nails it looked so fake. It was terrible.
It looked like his suit was falling apart.
It probably was. Oh man, this movie, and it's rubber suity. His mask is even worse than the last one too. It's definitely like a costume.
Yep.
Alice
Allison's up at the restaurant again.
I have Amanda Kruger's back in the tower. Jesus Christ, get out of there.
Yep, she went back.
Again.
Did you notice the matte painting too of
No.
the asylum? You can see where they sketched in and colored it in at the top. You can tell it's a painting.
Oh,
really, really obviously. Okay, Alice is in the restaurant.
Meantime, back at the Crave Inn.
She calls Dan. 4 hours have gone by where apparently she's just standing in one
This is the
spot.
pool party, right?
Yeah, they're all at the pool party. Dan wore jeans to the pool party. And
Put his shirt's off there, right?
yeah.
He's looking hunky.
Why would you wear jeans to a pool party?
Because he had no intentions of swimming.
Didn't none of them did or something like that? They're like, oh, we got things to do.
Somebody, yeah.
So why'd they even go?
To drink?
They had
Except Dan
didn't drink. He didn't do anything. Jeans. Everybody check out my chest.
That's right. He's like, I'm the star quarterback. I throw a touchdown instead of do much else.
So Alice calls and makes no sense. So Dan gets into his truck.
Whatever happened to the
Red truck?
good point?
It's gone.
Oh, this truck is beat the fuck up. It looks
Yeah.
terrible. I want to ask you though, what happened to Dan's? Dan went into the Crave Inn with another girl in one scene last movie. She just disappeared
She got the
because
fuck out.
Alice went through some tragedy.
Yeah, she's like, I'm leaving.
She's like gone.
You know that nothing brings people together more than dream demons and dead babies and all kinds of shit like that.
Well, this movie had it all.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't seen those demons you're talking about.
What demons?
The demons that asked Freddy, what's he want?
That's coming up next week. It's a live show.
Can't wait.
That's not yet.
Oh,
Somehow
I
it ends
was
up.
at the pool party.
Uh-huh.
You could tell that it must have been shot at a public pool or something because it says employees only instead of staff only for a school swimming
yeah.
pool. Employees only.
Also, who has swimming practice the day after they graduate?
That girl.
That girl's the only one because.
Did you hear the funny wiener joke?
No. What was the funny wiener joke?
Dan was getting ready to leave, and Mark was like, "Yeah, Dan's the fastest guy on 3 legs."
Man, come on.
Here Comes the Kraken was better than that, and that was
Unleash the Kraken.
Unleash the Kraken. Burger King Dan. Paranormal. That was better than this one. He's the fastest guy on 3
How
legs.
does Dan end up outside next to the moped? Doesn't he fall into the pool or something?
Oh, he just starts falling asleep when he's driving his truck.
Yeah.
And Freddy, like, is in beside him, and he pours champagne on his arm, and it turns to green ooze.
It's acid or something burning through everything. I don't know. And then Dan ends up at the school, or the pool again.
Dan wrecks his car,
Uh-huh.
and then he's coherent enough to get on his motorbike.
Yep.
And he becomes Speed Racer.
And all the skin comes off. Plug Speed Racer? You gotta say it louder, because I'll just be like, go right through it. Plug Speed Racer.
You always say that you're going to plug over top of it, but it's always me saying, plug this.
Yeah, so people aren't like, what the hell is he doing?
As soon as I say Speed Racer, if you plug that clip, it makes so much sense.
I'm gonna plug Flash Gordon instead accidentally and be like,
I'll
oh, I got
kill
them
you.
confused.
Can you plug the greatest American hero?
Sure. Just put all of that in a row.
Yeah, maybe like, this is great.
Go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go Speed Racer, go!
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free.
This movie needs
Better
something.
than this.
This movie does need something.
All Dan's skin comes off and he gets wires stuck in him and he wakes up again in the truck and crashes into a semi.
Another truck, yeah.
So that
and
all
then
seems
Alice comes
confusing.
flying out. Yeah, the infused motorbike didn't look terrible. It was probably the best
makeup
of this movie.
Yeah.
But then Alice comes out and she's like, "Oh no!" and sees Dan's truck. But then this guy gets out. This movie's so like heavy-handed at Freddy Krueger. It's a guy wearing a red sweater and a fedora.
Yep. Driving a
Why?
truck. Yep.
Why have that? It's not him. Is it supposed to be like a symbol that Freddy killed him?
I don't know.
I get it,
Is
movie.
it supposed to scare
We know
us?
Freddy's killing everybody.
Are you sure? Is there a mystery going on
There might
here?
be. It's a Scooby-Doo mystery.
It's Jesse killing everybody.
Yeah, he is.
Still.
Stabbing them.
Drinking his semen coffee.
Oh.
Thanks, Ben, for that visual.
He's so gross. Jacob. Oh.
So now they buried Dan at the Freddy's victim's graveyard.
They say Dan was drinking too, because there was champagne. Or
Dream champagne got into his car.
I guess.
Wow.
What? He doesn't drink. Dad, you know he doesn't drink.
No, I don't.
Yeah. How the fuck does he know?
I drank with him.
Yeah.
So we find out now that Alice is pregnant at the hospital, and
Hey, Jacob. Yikes! It's children of the
Dan's
corn.
parents are there, and they're not too broke up about their teenage son being dead. They're just kind of like, "Ooh, darn."
That's a little further down.
Well, that's later on that they're like there again, but they are in the
Oh.
door of the hospital, and they're standing
Oh,
there like,
yeah.
"Oh." Okay, now what? Notes guy.
Yeah. Oh, the doctor. He says that women are basically crazy when they're pregnant. He's like, she's been acting real strange because of, what she's going through in the early stages. And they're like, and Alice is like, what? What's going on with me? And that.
Did anybody explain to her?
Yvonne was like, you're pregnant!
Did anybody explain to her how babies are made?
I don't think. She was waiting for a stork. But
man.
then Alice knows that Amanda Krueger is Freddy Krueger's mom.
I really can't remember a lot from this fucking thing.
And then
I remember the deaths. I remember
Mark and they all the friends get near Alice and they're like, he's gonna have to go through all of us first to get to you.
Oh,
And I'm
she
like,
explains
yeah.
who these people.
Some foreshadowing.
She explains who Freddy is again for those of us who don't know. They don't believe her, but they're like, she's gonna have to go through us. And she's like, well, I don't want that. But I mean, we wouldn't have a movie if I didn't.
That's right.
So
there's a next scene. Alice is in the kitchen and her dad comes home. He's like, "What's for dinner?" or something like that.
Oh.
And there's for tasting more, it's
Encore.
Encore.
There's Encore there.
She's got Encore in the microwave, but he brings like good food home because what the doctor say? she needs to eat healthier because of her dreams or something.
I
I
wasn't
don't
listening.
even know. But he's got healthier food. They're going on a diet together or something, or they're eating healthier. I don't
Great,
fucking
that
know.
plays into the movie.
Total cereal they have there too. And then this is when we get Greta her mother has a dinner party.
Okay, so if Freddy's using the baby to get the dreams and get people into
The
the
baby,
dreams,
yeah.
does the baby know Greta? Does
I
Greta
don't know
even
how.
know
That's
the
what I
baby's
asked
there?
Robin this morning. I was like, how does the baby know any of these people? Because it hears their voices, maybe. But is this baby even developed enough? She's like a day pregnant.
Yeah,
No.
probably
Even
not.
though her child's 8. Named
Her
Jacob.
child is 8.
I
has
love.
a name
I
already.
love too when she's talking to people. She's like, my child Jacob, and they're like, you named it already? And she's like, well, yeah.
I'm insane.
Yeah. They're gonna let me keep it too, right? No, they're not.
Okay, so Greta gets fed herself in a scene that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and everyone at the dinner, like her parents' dinner party, are watching this. And there, by the way, there's a guy in a blue suit that has a crazy mullet, and he's like, ah!
There's also a guy who's like quite obviously hitting on her. Like,
Right beside her.
You look good. You can be in my magazine. And the mom's right there. And the mom's
She
like,
doesn't
"True
care."
big, Greta.
Yeah. She's like, you want me to eat this and eat this? And apparently she fell asleep, and Freddy just. And this looks bad because you can see the makeup above her mouth where it's
They
widened.
pasted it on.
Yeah, it looks terrible. The edges are terrible.
They just made it look like she's got a whole bunch of herself in her mouth.
And she's choking, I guess.
and she
and
stands
nobody.
up, floats in the air.
And
and
she's
chokes.
like, "Eh," she's got noodle arms, like flailing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then she's dead.
And nobody even.
She
went
comes
to
out of the
save
refrigerator
her.
too at some point. Half of
Did
her.
you see it? It looked like Troll 1. It got all green and colored in moss.
Mm.
Yeah. Troll 1 came out in 89. Then here it is. Or maybe Troll 1. When
This
Troll
movie
came
didn't
out?
steal
90?
from anything. It didn't.
Or 87. No,
It's-
Troll 1 came out in 86.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It still didn't steal. Well, maybe it did because John Carl Buechler,
Mm-hmm.
Beckler,
Yeah.
Buechler,
Beckler.
Okay.
Beekler.
he did Troll and he did the makeup for this.
Did he?
So there you go.
See?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
He's just pulling
Don't,
shit out of his
don't
old.
disregard my comments.
You were right.
And you can
I
tie
was
it together.
wrong.
You know who else was in this movie?
Who?
The guy that played Michael Myers in Halloween 4, George P. Wilbur.
Yes, he was.
He did stunts. I saw his name in the credits.
Because I decided to stick around and listen to that rap song at the end.
Oh
of the
my
Escape movie.
god! What the fuck was that? It was the MTV generation, I guess.
I mean, it was only
Unfortunately.
4 months after the
It
last.
didn't need to
MTV
be in a
movie.
fucking horror movie.
No, I didn't understand this. But anyway, so Greta's dead, and they go to tell Mark, who's working at some factory somewhere.
Phantom Prowler.
Is that where he's working?
No, that's what he calls this guy.
Oh, the Phantom Prowler.
I'm
And
like,
then-
it's pedophile Pete. Get it right.
At some point, I think Mark goes to sleep.
Does he?
Yeah. And goes to fight Freddy, and Alice goes in with him.
Is this when we get Take On
No, not yet.
Me?
Not yet.
It's coming soon.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. Is it a blatant ripoff of that?
I think so. I mean, the effects look exactly the same.
The same.
But no, the first time he goes in and he's in Freddy's house.
You
and
can
the
plug that
floor
song
opens.
too. That song's great.
Of course. The floor opens up. There's like hell, I guess. Also, we forgot to mention Alice sees 8-year-old Jacob at the hospital
Doing what?
talking.
To who?
Hi, I'm Jacob.
Is this what
He
he
runs
didn't
off.
drop that he was her son yet, did he?
No.
Because I'm still like, who the fuck is this little kid? Children of the Corn set was 5 years ago in that way.
Good one.
Jacob.
Okay, so
Student zombie poster.
what's that?
That's when they go talk to Mark before he falls asleep. The girls. That's like a poster on his back wall.
Oh, good.
I like the poster watch.
Well, with movies like this, we end up doing that. We look in the background to find shit. Nothing in the background of this movie. It's all obviously sets.
Hmm.
So,
Let me know when we get
after
to
they're in
Take
the
On Me.
dream, does Freddy talk to them or something so Mark knows Freddy's real, or what happens?
He makes him a cartoon.
No, not yet.
I don't have any other notes then.
Is that the next note you have? Is that he becomes a cartoon?
After
That's good enough.
After what's her name dies, they go see Mark, and then Take On Me.
Okay. Yeah, he goes into the comic book.
I don't think he dies yet.
No.
He gets, like, sucked in, though.
Fuck, man, I don't know.
He gets sucked in.
I don't remember.
And then we get, like, fallopian tube stuff. But Mark is not dead yet.
Doesn't what's-her-name go diving before Mark dies? Because then she believes in Freddy because Freddy pulled her into the water. And her and Alice are fighting Freddy. And then they go to
To go see Mark then.
Mark, and Mark's dead because he was killed
Mark is going to investigate Krueger.
in the house.
In the house. He's still not dead.
No. Falls in a hole. Gets out of the hole. And then what?
I still don't have that he's dead yet.
He doesn't die till later.
The sonogram had... Oh my god.
What did it have? Because this part of my movie wouldn't work for some reason.
The baby's dream, this is when they think that the baby's causing them to get pulled into their dreams, and the doctor's like, babies dream up to 70% of their day.
And they're like, why are you here? Did you come here to find out if your baby dreams, you
I was
jerk?
like, oh, look at that sonogram, I had a fedora. You had to know it was Freddy's child. It didn't really, I don't think. Or did it?
Which gene is responsible for the fedora?
We have more tube traveling. Freddy's feeding her baby souls.
Right. Forgot about that. Didn't he let all the souls go last time?
I thought so. Where did he get these new ones?
Where are these new ones coming
Oh,
from?
they must be the two people he killed.
But there were a lot more than 2 little blue laser lights going into the baby.
But the baby's getting fed souls, which is kind of cool.
Is it?
No.
They look like laser lights.
Mark must have got shredded.
Mark doesn't get shredded till near the end.
No, that's right. He's still
If you
good.
want to go to the Mark being shredded part.
No, I have. I think Black Girl, Yvonne, and what's the main girl's name? I can't think. Alice.
In
They're-
Wonderland.
Oh god.
Ooh.
They're in their house and they're getting to talk on a phone. But they're these like it looks like mannequin legs wearing jeans with a plant coming out of it.
Oh, I
And
saw
I'm
that.
like,
Yeah.
is that a torso plant? Is that a leg plant? Is that a crotch plant? Is that a casual plant?
It's casual. It's business casual.
Is it business casual
It's
plant?
business casual plant.
I like that. I couldn't come up with anything.
She's a real artist.
Oh my god. Now this is where we have this woman that can't run a camera. Mark, Yvonne, and Alice are all talking. They all come together in the same room. And it keeps like zooming in and panning out at each other's faces when they're talking. It looks awful. It's awful. This is worse.
The
than
camera
Darkness
work
Falls.
is really bad in
It's
this.
terrible.
Yeah. Especially later on when we get...
Now we have an
supposed to
abortion
be-
issue too.
Oh, right. Dan's parents want her to get an abortion.
Is it Dan's? No, I think
Or they want the baby.
Mark, I think, says to her too. He's like, wouldn't this just be, if the baby's having dreams, wouldn't it just be easier if you
Aborted it.
aborted it?
She says no, and he goes, oh, fine.
Yeah. He's like, don't bring your
And-
Roe vs. Wade
Yeah.
views here.
End political discussion here.
You don't bring abortion into a Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
I wondered what they were trying to bring in. Single mom
Although,
discussion?
if you
What are
did
they
that,
talking
it
about?
would end it. Right?
Yeah. Because now what's Freddy going to do?
No, he's got no baby.
He's got nothing to do.
No, he's just sharpening his blades.
Waiting for Freddy's dead to call
Waiting
Nightmare.
for something. Yeah. This is where Dan's parents come and try to steal the baby. They're like, hey, Alice.
Give me that.
And her...
Give me that baby.
That mom has frog eyes. They're way far apart. She is a reptoid frog lady.
Yep.
They want her baby, and Alice is like, you know what?
Fuck you.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm going to keep my baby.
She is nice, that's right.
And they're like, well, under your condition, you think they'll let you? The dad's like, hey, get the fuck out of here. You don't come in here in my house and talk to my daughter like that.
We're going to get the courts.
That's right.
And you never hear from them again.
Again. Is the baby... Well, he's going to be 8 years old soon, I think.
His 8th birthday's coming up. What are you getting him? Freddie's mom killed herself, but was really buried in the walls?
They need to find her somewhere in the asylum.
Where and how? What?
To find her final resting place.
Where did Freddy suddenly get out and live a normal life as he does later on? And who raised? I know who raised him. Alice Cooper raised him. But
Is it? Wait. School's out, Krueger.
School's Out Krueger. Did they
At the
say
end
that?
of this movie.
Oh,
And then they have Alice Cooper in the next one.
what a great idea. Once again, Rachel Talalay, who becomes the director of Part 6, is working on this movie. She's working on all of them. So they must have just been like, it's your turn, do whatever you want.
Yvonne
Yvonne
goes
goes
swimming.
swimming.
She's in like the jacuzzi, and she wants to go dive. Alice is looking for Amanda Kruger again. Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They never explained what was really happening here. Why do they need to find Amanda Kruger? Why?
Because they have to put her soul to rest.
Didn't we already do that?
No, we put Freddy's soul to rest.
But he's still around. What difference
Amanda
does it
Kruger
make?
lied.
They're all liars.
I hate them. I hate them all. The whole fucking Kruger family can rot in hell.
Okay,
they
so
do.
she goes to swim and falls into...
The boiler room.
Yeah, she goes into the boiler room, and then Alice jumps in there with her.
Freddy's
and-
there.
Of course he is.
He gets stabbed. Makeup looks
Oh, they
bad.
put something right through his mouth. Pipe through his mouth.
Yeah, it looks robbery. Everything
Yeah.
about it.
And then...
This is comic booky here.
Then he sucks in Mark into the comic book.
Yeah, Nightmare to Hell.
Yeah, it's just showing the whole movie in comic form.
And Skateboard Freddy comes.
Oh boy. And
He's no longer menacing, killing in the boiler room. He's off doing the most kookiest things that
cartoon
aren't
character.
scary. Yeah, he is. He's literally a cartoon
He
character.
says something like, more powerful than a local madman, more something than, I don't know. He's Super Freddy in this scene.
He's gonna be Super Freddy soon.
And he pisses Mark off by having Greta Doll
Wait,
fall
how
off
about
the
Mark
ceiling.
just turns around and turns into that superhero?
He's just a guy with
He's
guns.
just like,
And I'm like, you gonna kill this dream demon with bullets?
he tries.
Well, no.
No.
So
Then he becomes Super Freddy.
Super Freddy shows up and slices Paper Mark. And I guess that means Paper Mark is dead?
Yeah, he sees like paper mache stuff up in Mark's room, but his body's laying there.
That's one of the worst scenes. Freddy's standing there shredding paper and laughing like a crazy person.
Yeah.
And then the police show up to Mark's
Well,
factory.
red car.
Oh, good point. And then
Yvonne.
Yvonne has the
gets
red
like
car.
pulled up into a red car.
Yeah.
And needs to find. She meets up with Alice,
Mhm.
and Alice is like, "Hey, you need to go find fucking Amanda Kruger."
But what I thought was
She's in the
funny about
tower.
this part was, you know, Mark was sliced to death, right? And this cop comes out and goes, "Nothing in that building was up to code." Why do they think he died? He's just laying on the
He's
floor.
just laying there. Maybe he overdosed on Hypnosil.
That could be, and his pores just started bleeding out.
Yeah. Was this one? I don't think we had a funeral scene in this one.
Nope. They just throw all these kids in the river.
They're like, we don't care. Let the sharks eat them.
Graveyard's getting full. So they send Yvonne off to go find Amanda Kruger.
Who's in the
Again.
tower, and she's walking down hallways.
Mm.
Did you see? Again, now I'll wait till we get there, but there's like a Bloody Valentine thing where he's walking down a hallway of lights and he's like disappearing and flickering back. I'm
Oh,
like,
he just like
disappears
bloops in and out
then
of
shoots in,
existence.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh. But the lights are doing that swingy thing.
Yeah, I didn't like the camera work here. When I was like, I think I saw this when I was like 11, and I was like, ooh, neat, look at all the staircases and shit. But it's stupid. It looks terrible. And I can't tell what I'm looking at.
Later on, when they're doing the
staircase thing.
Can you plug the M. Night Asher thing from Family Guy?
What is that?
It's like him going up the stage.
Going up the stairs and going down the stairs and going up the stairs and going down the stairs and going up the sideways stairs.
I forgot about that. That's exactly what this
Yeah,
is.
it's so... We're not quite there yet, but it's so comical. I have a couple notes here.
First, Alice starts yelling at Freddy.
Alice yelling at Freddy. I think we're right where we need to be.
Yeah.
I have a question, too. We get psych words all the time.
Mm.
Like, the boiler room was a rare thing, and now they're taking it out of there, and we're in this psych ward, and it's not as scary. He's down hallways, but he's not, like, shadowed and dark.
All the
There's
lights out,
lighting.
yeah.
It's not good, and you get to see his rubber head.
They
Makeup.
should not have wanted to show
No, this
off.
one should have been the darkest lit one because the makeup was
Absolutely.
so fucking bad on it.
Yep. Well, yeah, Alice is yelling at Freddy, Freddy's not around, so I'm just like, who you yelling
Yeah.
at, Tubbs? She looks right at the camera and goes, well, I'm not gonna let you. And there's no one there. Freddy comes out at some point.
Yeah, Yvonne breaks a wall. Freddy stabs a carriage.
No, it stabs him.
Freddy gets stabbed with a carriage.
That's it.
Yep. And it's pushing him away.
hmm Meanwhile, Yvonne's going through the matte painting castle, looking for bones.
CGI spiders appear, and then they're like real tarantulas.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was about.
A part of Freddy, I think, hits the ground, and it
Turns into spiders.
dissolves into CGI spiders, and then there's a few tarantulas there.
Right.
This is where Freddy's with Jacob, and I have the M. Night Escher stairs. They're fucking everywhere.
There's also a bunch of maniacs appear and tear Freddy apart.
Freddy bursts through Alice. Did that already happen?
That's coming up. A bunch of maniacs appear and
that looks so
they
weird.
try to beat up Freddy, and they tear his arm off. And then later in the movie, it's like dangling, I guess, and he can like barely move, and he's hopping around on those stairs with his arm hanging around.
And it looks stupid.
Yeah. And then they try to use Dan to trick
That's
Jacob.
what they did. They ripped off his arm, and when they threw it and it hit the ground, it turned into those spiders. Yeah.
And those look awful.
It looks terrible. Yeah.
But
worst effect.
Dan appears and is really Freddy. He tries to get Jacob, but he can't.
Kids are always a disappointment.
Yeah, and he tries to reach for him, and he can't reach him because the stairs are all weird.
They're what?
So
again, we don't have a boiler room. We just have goofy sideways stairs. Fuck.
Yep. And finally, Alice and Freddy run into each other, and something about Jacob says to Alice, Freddy knows you because he's inside you, so she births him out of face.
Somehow, and she's still alive.
And now
they're like Siamese twins.
Yeah, they're like, his leg is sticking out her back.
His goofy back legs are like flailing like wet noodles.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so stupid looking.
So, Yvonne finds Bones, and the Bones are like, thank you, and go into the dream world where they tell Jacob to use his powers that he's been given.
This 8-year-old futuristic
Baby.
child of Alice and Dan.
This 8-year-old fetus says something about, hey, teach me some shit. And Freddy's like, oh, alright, fine. And he vomits on him. And some soul puppets come out his back. And then...
This is when that kid says, "School's out, Krueger."
Oh, yeah. When was school in? What are you talking about?
I have no
What
idea.
the fuck does that
well,
mean?
he is 8 years old. Maybe he goes to 3rd grade or something.
Yeah, he's like, the 3rd grade's over. See you next year, Krueger. In 4th grade.
He's like, I'm too old for this shit.
That would have been a better line, right?
Yeah.
So these balloon heads are dragging Freddy around, and the mom shows up. Oh, the balloon heads rip the baby creature from the beginning out of Freddy's clothes, where the mom picks it up, right?
Yeah, Amanda picks up the baby, and Alice gets her baby.
And they both
But
get
now
sucked
it's a
into
baby,
their
not an
abdomens.
8-year-old now.
Yeah.
Then they're just like, psh.
And she goes, get out of here. Tries to go down the hallway.
Yeah, Amanda
and-
Kruger's rude. She's like, get out of here, bitch.
Fuck you.
Get out.
So she's going down the hallway, and Freddy's hand rips out of her, and doors keep exploding, and fuck.
I guess he gets locked behind the door at the end of it.
Yeah. The end.
Freddy's dead.
Freddy's dead. The final nightmare. I guess.
Oh,
Oh, there's also the end scene. They have a picnic, which consists of a salad and 3 Mountain Dews.
No, they're Pepsis.
2 Pepsis and a Mountain Dew.
It's the drunk dad, boozy dad that's in AA, and he's fine now. The black girl, Yvonne, and Alice, and the baby.
And they're eating a picnic.
They're eating a picnic, and then we have jump roping kids.
And yeah, what? What? What?
Is that a dream?
I don't know. If I were Alice and I saw that, I'd be like, we gotta eat somewhere else.
I'd be like, those kids are fucking creepy. Let's go.
And then some rap music in the end of the movie.
Rap song.
Yep. The end. This won a Razzie for worst song in a movie.
I can imagine it
Some
did.
song apparently called "Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter."
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I don't remember hearing it, but I don't feel bad for missing it.
No.
So
Not at all.
okay, did you give this one anything better than the last one?
I did not.
What'd you give it?
Would you give it?
I gave it a 1. Oh yeah. I regretted having to see this again.
It was awful.
This was really bad. This is the lowest of the series by far. Yeah, it's worse than 4.
Is it worse than the next one?
Yeah, it's worse than the next one.
Are you sure?
You're gonna find things in the next one that make you go, "Huh." You're gonna like shrug and be like, "Huh." This one, there was nothing. There was no humor. The one-liners by Freddy at this point are absurd, stupid, corny, awful, not needed. Freddy is no longer menacing, scary, frightening, anything.
No, he's fun and funny.
He's
and
a goofball.
He's what every 8-year-old wants in a movie.
Exactly. These characters in this one, I didn't want to know the story of Alice. I didn't want to go any further with her.
Or Amanda Kruger.
No, I thought Amanda Kruger
care
was
about
done.
Freddy's mom.
Yeah, nobody cares about Freddy's mom. Freddy's dad, sure, I'll watch Alice Cooper for a while. But nobody wants to know any of this stuff
He's
that's
not
happening
doing
in this.
anything that he's not killing in the boiler room. You know, he's killing.
He's so far removed from anything that resembles.
He's
the
just
first
killing
movie.
people randomly in class in front of everybody. He's not like targeting them. He is, but in front of everybody, he's just randomly killed that girl in front of her.
Even if the baby
family.
heard these people to know who they are, doesn't he hear people all the time? Why isn't Freddy killing everyone
A
around?
baby is not smart enough to know that
No,
those
that's the
people are
point.
who they are.
Unless
and
he's
it
8 years
wasn't
old.
formed. Yeah, that's right. It was a futuristic demon child baby of Freddy.
No, this movie's shitty. It's absolutely shitty. Stay away from it. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 1.5. It's
It got that extra half point from you.
I did.
Is it for the body double at the beginning?
The almost boobs
The
we saw.
almost boobs.
It's for Dan being fused to the bike. It
Oh,
looked
okay.
okay. No, this movie's awful. The acting was bad. You know, Alice looked a little better in this one than the last one, but
Yeah,
everything
terrible
about
actress.
this just didn't make sense.
Mm-mm.
It's not Freddy, to me, who I like. It's just him being goofy and killing goofy, stupid ways. The comic book kill was just so absurd. It's more absurd than the karate in the last one, which is hard.
They're similar.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But I don't even want to talk anymore about this. Nothing good, and the rap song at the end was terrible.
Oh my god. Why?
And why? And the series really took a turn for the worst.
I could see why they wanted
it's
to.
spiraling out of
I could see
control.
why they wanted to finish it. I could see why they wanted to go, kill Freddy. Freddy's dead because this thing's junk. But even the way they went about that, which we'll talk about live next week, even how they went about that, they're like, we're not even going to try to get back to being scary. We're just going
No.
to keep going down this ridiculous
So
road.
bad.
The thing with 6, I'll say a little bit about it before we actually do our show, is that, you know how sometimes we say the movies are good and then they become bad, but once they get so bad, they kind of swing back around to good again? That's kind of what Freddy's Dead does.
It does come back.
Yeah, it comes back from a 1 or a 1.5, that's for sure. It's not going to impress you by any means, but it's
Well, this one was just garbage.
better than 4 and 5, for
This
sure.
was just garbage. Write in and tell us what you think at horrorcastings@gmail.com.
Yep, or contact us on Facebook, facebook.com/horrorcasting. We're on Twitter at horrorcasting. And next week, live from Grove City, Pennsylvania, far away from where most of you people are, because some of you are in France, we'll be doing our live show.
Grove City, Little Paris, they say.
Do
Oui,
they?
oui.
We're going to make it that way now, aren't we?
I think so.
Yep. We will be reviewing part 6 of this series, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. And it just so happens to be the 25th anniversary of when that movie came out. What a coincidence.
Wow.
Wow!
Put in something from the room, Tommy Wiseau, right here,
Anything?
to end the
I'll
podcast.
find something. Okay. See you next week, everybody.
Hey Johnny, what's going on, man?
Oh, hi, Mike. What's new? How you doing?
Actually, Johnny, I got a little bit of a tragedy on my hands. Yeah, me and Michelle, we were making out at your place, and Lisa and Claudette sort of walked in on us in the middle of it. But that's not the end of the story.
But go on. I'm listening.
Okay, we're going at it, and I get out of there as fast as possible. You know, I get my pants, I get my shirt, and I get out of there. And then about halfway down the stairs, I realize that I have misplaced. I've forgotten something. My underwear. So I come back to get it, and I pretend that I need a book. I'm like looking for my book, and then I reach in, put the underwear in my pocket, and sort of slide out real quick. Well, Claudette, she saw it, sticking out of
Uh-huh.
my pocket. So she pulls it out, and she's showing everybody me underwears.
You must be kidding. Underwear. I got the picture.
I don't know what to do.
That's life.
Yeah.